Animation Composer is a product produced by Mr. Horse. Unlike other animation plugins and scripts, you don't apply it to keyframes. It creates the animation for you. You simply drop an animation preset onto a selected layer, load it in the Animation Composer window, and control where that animation finishes or starts by dragging a marker around. Animation Composer is free to start, and you can buy additional animation packs for more variety. Let's take a look at this plugin.
So I'm here on the MrHorse.tv website where you can find out more information about Animation Composer, see the tutorials, and just to keep in mind, the base version of Animation Composer now too is free. So you can kind of see what's new there and even shop around in the store to see other features that are available. With that said, let's hop into After Effects and take a look at some of the functions. So this is a project we used in an earlier movie. I'm in my chapter 5.7 composition, but you'll notice that it has no keyframes on it, no keyframes whatsoever. So Mr. Horse is actually going to make these animations for us. And the first thing I'd like to animate is these coins that you see here, up from coin 1 to coin 6. I want them to kind of fall one after the other in space. So I want to highlight all of them. I'm going to go to the window menu and choose Animation Composer. So with these items selected, first of all, I am going to go and explore a few of the features here. So we've got 3 categories: transitions, effects, and pre-comps. So if I head into transitions, you can see that there are a series of categories available for layer transformations or 2D text. I'm going to hop into layer transformations 2D because this is pretty much a flat animation right now. And I'm going to take a look at some of the ones available for position. And the minute I click on this button, bounce 1, we can see that we get this cool bounce animation from left to right. But if I were to hit the disclosure triangle, and there's also one from the bottom and the top, which we had in the original animation in an earlier movie. So this is what I'm going to use. In fact, I really like this bounce position 1. So I'll mark it as a favorite. I'll choose got it as a pro tip. And sorry, just with this top still selected, I'm going to apply it as an in transition. So you can apply it as an in or an out of how you want your layers to come in or out of your scene. So I'll apply it as an in, and automatically you can see there that all of my layers disappeared because they're animation from off screen on screen. So let's just take a look at that. Wow, in a matter of seconds, I'm able to have an animation here of each of my layers. Now I'd like to have these, start at different times. One thing I could do is to change where each of these coins comes in by dragging on the marker position. So I can slide the marker, and if I deselect everything and then select coin number 6, if I just solo number 6 now, you can see there that it takes a lot longer to animate on screen. Other thing I can do, I'm just going to actually drag my marker back to where it was. And with all of my coins selected, so I'm going to click on coin number 1 and shift click on coin number 6, use another feature of Animation Composer from the window menu, which is called Animation Shifter. And here in Animation Shifter, one thing I can do is with my layers selected, I can stagger these layers. It's here at the bottom of the window. I'm going to stagger each of these by 15 frames. And then once I have that selected, you can see here that it's going to do it in ascending order. And I'm going to choose to have it do this. And once it does, look at what we have here based on the way that it was selected from coin 1 to coin 6. One after the other, each of these coins falls. Pretty awesome. And if I didn't like that, I can hit Command Z to undo that. Thought that was a little bit long. And I'm going to just change the animation to 7 frames and then choose Do. And all of a sudden I have a spread out animation. I haven't had to add any keyframes. It's already been adjusted for me. So that is how easy it is to use Animation Composer as well as Animation Shifter. I'm just going to close this out. And here we have also this blue bag as well as the $3.3 billion text. And the first thing I'll do in this case is I'll move just after the animation of these coins. And there, with these 2 layers selected, I'm going to hit the Option or Alt key followed by the left square bracket, as in I want it to come in here at the 2-second and 10 frame mark. I'll go back up to Animation Composer and spread out the window so we can see it a little bit better. And with these 2 layers here, I'll choose a different type of animation. I'm going to choose to have them bounce, I'm going to use the bounce position 2, have them bounce from the bottom, and we can see how that bounces on screen. And then once again, I can select this and drag it as a apply as in transition. You can see there that 2 markers are added to both of those selected layers. Let me close out Animation Composer for a second and just will sort of play back now with the composition selected. We can see that bouncing bag. Awesome, done in the matter of seconds. I'll just take these 2 markers and actually move them a little bit more in on the layer. I want the animation to happen a little quicker. So we've got those coins animate in, followed by this lovely little bouncing money bag. So feel free to animate this last item however you see fit. I'm going to go to Window, Animation Composer, and just show you that there are a ton more than just bounces. I just happen to be a big fan. But if we go here into the layer transformations, you can see things such as blur, rotation, and scale. I'll click on the bounce item, bounce position and rotate, ease position items here as well. And then there's also this whole new section called pre-comps. And these are basically illustrations or items that you can bring into your project. So it's pretty cool. So if I actually go to titles and lower thirds, just to give you guys a little sneak peek, and go to simple style. And under simple style, I'm going to go to lower thirds. You can see here, it gives you an animated lower third with this default text. So in some ways, it's almost like a built-in template items that you can use for each of your projects that's included for you inside of Animation Composer. And again, you can buy different other presets or some of the most used transitions and extra features to enhance this even more from its default free download. So take a look at Mr. Horse. It's definitely worth exploring. You've got a ton of features and options that you can use there for your animation needs without the need to keyframe.